Today it seems like people are on call 24/7. And in fact, COVID did not make this any easier on us. To be your best, your very best, you need to formally end your workday. In this video, I'm going to tell you how. When I graduated from college, I went to work for a great company. I went to work for Arthur Andersen. This was an incredible place to work. I learned so much from so many great people. But one thing about the Andersen culture was, it was non-stop. I worked continually every day. I worked on weekends. I worked well into the midnight hours. I worked all the time, and this was part of the culture, and I did not mind doing it. But that's only sustainable for so long. Today, we have virtual teams, and in many cases, these virtual teams are stretched even further. When you don't go into an office and you're not bound to a geographic structure, you can be reached anytime. And to exacerbate that, we have global teams. When some people are about to wrap their day, other people are just starting this day. And it makes it really hard for us to manage the workday. But to be successful and to be healthy, it's critical that you find a way to end that workday. There are some simple ways to do this. Especially if you work for a global team where people are around the world, or you work for a team where people choose to work at different hours. Maybe there are a lot of contractors who are doing side hustles or other projects. To do this, you first want to use the tools you have to set boundaries. Most tools, at least with virtual companies, have some way to say you're out of the office. If you're using Microsoft Teams or any of the Microsoft Office 365 suite, make it clear when you're out of the office or unavailable. This way, when a team member is trying to get a question answered, they'll know that they might not get an immediate response, especially if that team member perhaps is in Europe and the person responding maybe is in Asia. The second thing you need to do is it's really important that you, as a key contributor, set expectations for your availability with your teammates and leaders. If you are working in an environment where you are a contractor, then you're not required to be anywhere at any given time, and you're not really required to work any certain hours. But people do depend on you. So it's up to you to set the expectations of when your workday is in your own geography. This way, a teammate will know that, oh, I will have to try again tomorrow. And they're not going to continue to probe and bother you when you're trying to wind down your day. And the last thing is to clearly communicate exceptions. There are exceptions where you have to be somewhere. Maybe you have a conflict. Maybe you're going on a trip. Maybe you have a holiday or a vacation. Clearly communicate your exceptions to your whole team and your leadership so that they know you're going to be away. Communication is paramount to any great organization. Communicating what your boundaries are, setting expectations with your team members and their leaders, and communicating exceptions to your availability will ensure that you can put an end to your workday when you choose to. The next thing you want to do is, if you happen to use a cell phone for work, keep that cell phone number private. If you're working with another company as a contractor, ask that company to give a number that forwards to your cell number. If you work within a company, ask your leadership to have a number within their organization. Make sure that you're not giving your cell phone number out to clients. If you want to make sure that you're not being reached, accessed, getting inquiries at odd hours of the night or over weekends, keep your cell phone to yourself. Now, your phone typically has a setting on it where you can set your sleep hours. And during that time, it will not pass any messages to you. The phone will not ring. I have mine set to when I plan to go to sleep, and when I plan to go wake up, I don't get any notifications during that time. Make sure you do the same thing on your phone. You're building boundaries, you're setting expectations about your workday, and there's a certain time where you've decided your day is going to end. What you want to do to make sure that sticks is have rituals, at least a morning ritual and an evening ritual. Now, I've talked about this in other videos before. A morning ritual that can be something like yoga or having a cup of coffee or a meditation, or maybe it's reading something inspirational. That might be a morning ritual. Do not skip it, always do it. By being true to that morning ritual, you'll also ensure that your workday doesn't start too early, that you have to finish your ritual before you check in and start your workday. And at the end of the day, when you're finished with your workday and you're about to check out and have an evening ritual. Have an evening ritual for dinner, for wind down. Maybe that's reading, maybe that's watching something entertaining. And before bed, have an evening ritual. Maybe that's meditation. Maybe that's just relaxing and sitting quietly. Respect your rituals. Have these in place. And these bookends to your day will help you enforce having a structure to your day so there's a natural beginning and a natural end. I hope this is helpful. I make videos like this all the time. If you have a different way that you structure your day or a different way to appease all the demands on your time, please put it in the comments. I'd like to hear about it. Thanks again for your time, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.